Anything you say will the can that be used against you in a court of law.
What do y'all choose for the go?
I don't care where we go. But I will like to start the conversation off. Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z. Let's get it.
You already know what I stand on, man. Dragon Ball. All day.
The people don't know though.
They better know.
But you got the flow. Hey, somebody ping where we going. Alright. You got the flow. So why is Dragon Ball Z better?
Well, history fucking comes with numerous cartoons.
It's people over here too, so keep your head up. It's everybody over here, so this might be in. But I'm listening though.
I just learned about the history of Sun Wukong. That's who Goku's based off.
Sun Wukong?
Yeah, Sun Wukong.
I would need more information about that one. You feel me?
Sun Wukong was a god who drunk like 5, 6, like he basically like ate and drunk like 5 or 6 different things that made him like super immortal.
Fuck.
The nigga was unstoppable, basically. Like he went to the heavens and they couldn't do shit with him, so Buddha had to do something with him personally.
But he's not nowhere in the actual cartoon. He's only in like the book or some shit.
Well, he's based off of what Goku is, basically. Like, when you look at him, you basically got to think about Son Wukong.
Is he in the book? I mean, in the cartoon, any form of fashion, do they show a glimpse of this dude?
Well, you want to think about,
No.
I'm fighting.
Do your thing, man. I see you. Shoot that motherfucker. Okay, Trav.
See your gun. See your gun. Oh, somebody whacked me.
That's a fact. I'm ready up.
Yeah, about Son Wukong, like, basically Dragon Ball is based off of it. So if you mean like a glimpse, then I guess you gotta...
So, wait, time out. So you chose to pick a person that's nowhere in the whole Dragon Ball Z episodes to compare, and the reason why it's better than Naruto.
No, based on the history of what Dragon Ball
I get
comes
the
from.
history, but he's not even nowhere in the saga, the episodes, the American episodes, the Japanese episodes. Hey, y'all ready up? Kills. He's nowhere in. So you chose him like not knocking the character, but we never got to see none of his.
You gotta know Travis reads the manga.
I understand. Yeah. I understand the manga.
So he basing his information off the manga, bro.
That's cool, but for the majority of people and myself who was only going off the episodes of what they display on TV, he's mentioning somebody that only a heavy Dragon Ball Z fan will even know. Right or wrong?
Well, how would I have known that if you hadn't said something?
You know it because that's what you're into, so you had to look into the manga and dig into the actual episode. They won't show that by just watching the last episode. You won't see that. You have to dig into extra information because you're interested in the show to that degree. Correct?
Correct.
So it's not that it's information that's not valid. It's just that I was only going off of what the show displayed, not off of what you have to go and just search outside of the show.
True, but you gotta do a little bit more investigation to know about the show, like what it's based off of. Like, what if you're watching a TV show?
Go ahead.
What if you're watching another TV show You're watching it thinking it's just a regular action show like John Wick or something like that, and then you find out it's based on something that had partial true events or something like that, or has an interesting history.
So what you're saying is, if I was watching Jason Bourne comparing it to John Wick, right? Both of them got multiple sequels, correct? If I was going off the show itself, off what the movies displayed, for me to get a correct dialogue of what's going on, I have to go into research of both movies. Versus me was just thinking like I should just go off what's displayed in the movie or the game or the TV show. So I didn't know that I was comparing something that it was more like, yo, you need to go research the actual show itself that shows in the manga that's not in the actual TV show, but this thing actually exists.
Right. Or another example is like you remember that old movie, that old horror movie, The Omen?
The who?
The Omen.
Nah.
Okay, it's an old horror movie. It's a classic called The Omen. It's based on this kid who...
Hey, I'm going, not to cut you off, I'm going back to the lobby. Kale's taking too long, so we can start a new match.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here, I hear you.
Alright. So another example is like, okay, The Omen is an old classic horror movie based on this kid that turns out to be the Antichrist. So
Right.
the people behind that movie, they had a series of events that was like damn near impossible to happen, but a lot of people ended up dying behind that movie. And it was through a series of events, and if you didn't do your research, you wouldn't have known that. You would have just thought you were looking at a regular horror movie, but it's got an interesting history.
That's understood. So, back to the original topic. Dragon Ball Z is better than Naruto because
Naruto is based off of Dragon Ball Z.
No, Naruto can be inspired by Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z being like a very big entity in anime and how anime can attract the audience. But I necessarily wouldn't say like it's based off Dragon Ball Z.
Even the writers and the creators of those shows like One Piece, Naruto, what's another one? My Hero Academia. They've admitted that Dragon Ball is their biggest inspiration.
That is true. That is not knocked. That is applaud. But to say that the show is based off or no, it's just that they was inspired. They had a ceiling. So if you're born in the 90s, you know that if you attracted to Dragon Ball Z or anime, as far as fighting or anything, Dragon Ball Z is the top notch. So if me, you, and Torrance was to create a show, Dragon Ball Z would be the cap or the model. Like, so we would have to be like, alright, it has to appeal like Dragon Ball Z. Or it has to cap Dragon Ball Z. That is the cap, Dragon Ball Z. That is the cap that don't nobody see any anime character being better than Goku and Dragon Ball Z. They're stronger. That's the cap. So when they saying inspired by, it's more like, what's that movie, Gladiators? Are you not entertained? Spartacus could have been inspired by that, but Spartacus was slightly different in its own show, right?
True.
Spartacus could have been influenced by Gladiator, but it's still just Spartacus. So with Naruto, it could be inspired by Dragon Ball Z as far as how to keep up with the fight and the pace. But story wise and story flow, story character development and things of that nature is nothing like Dragon Ball Z. Reaching Naruto different levels from Nine-Tail Fox and getting into the ultimate level, that can be inspired by Dragon Ball Z, reaching multiple levels. But when we get into the storytelling, character development, multi-characters that actually hold weight, Krillin been in it since the beginning, but he hold no weight, and he has nothing to do with no fight ever since they were kids. Piccolo as well, Yamcha as well, Tien as well. You can give them up until the Cell and their character development has ceased. Piccolo developed the strength of a whole damn near planet and still deceased. It can mean how powerful the Saiyans is, or they just didn't develop a Piccolo character.
Question. You said that you only know about the show, correct? Not the books.
Correct.
Okay, so you don't know if they have any further character development because you know the manga is ahead of the show.
This is all correct. Now,
okay.
Wait.
Number one, they just came out with a movie based on Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole storyline behind it, including Gohan, who's a side character in this one. It's mainly about Piccolo. Character development also came in the form of Yamcha in the show Dragon Ball Super Heroes. They're doing stuff with him in there. So that's two character developments. As far as Tien's his last run was in Dragon Ball Super. I forgot he had a little run with Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Super where they were both training. So he was like in another dimension somewhere training somebody, or he was like on another side of the planet. But he had a group of people he was training, and it was a big old event that happened.
Hey, when you gonna switch the flow? I thought you never asked.
I didn't know he was gonna. I wasn't even trying to do that. I was trying to remove their ass from the lobby. My fault.
But yeah, there's some character development going on the sides, especially with Vegeta. Vegeta's getting the biggest character development out of everybody. So there's definitely character development going on with the characters. As far as storylines, as far as like inspiration, all their origins are originally the same. Little boys who are away from who are like ostracized from the world, who grow up, get stronger than everybody, and then continue to be the top hero. Pretty much the same blueprint. It's not the same story, but it's the same blueprint.
Now, this is all true. Naruto developed every character throughout. They developed characters, had characters die, had characters age, had characters increase in power, and had every character sustain. You know? Goku picked a team that his whole team ain't on shit except his kids and Vegeta. Nobody on his team means shit outside of Cell. Anything outside of Cell, his whole team dies. Piccolo can die by Captain Ginyu Force. Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, they all can get killed by Captain Ginyu Force. That's to keep it above.
Okay, listen.
When they hold on. when they reach another level, none of them has nothing to do with Kid Buu. None of them can compete. None of them outside of Goku Kids and Vegeta. His team is a bunch of weaklings, a bunch of pathetic motherfuckers. Vegeta get beat, die. Goku get beat, die. They actually get fucked up a lot because they can't sustain. Now, the story development in that's cool, but it don't make sense in that power level because they have to alter and change people's power levels based on multiple dimensions, multiple stories, multiple who's the leader that they have to alter power levels. In Naruto, this character and story development for clans, for Kakashi's, senseis, characters, tournaments, events, wars, battles, matches, all of it is in depth and is broken down to where it's clear as day. It don't have to be said that we got a GT, we got a Dragon Ball, we got a Dragon Ball Z, we got a Super Saiyan 3 that really don't matter because it weakens itself. But we got the Super Saiyan 4 that really don't matter because that's GT. But we got the Super Saiyan Blue. Like Dragon Ball Z all over the place because it's trying to mistake or make up for the mistakes it fucked up for. All over the place. It's like 90,000 Trunks. Like it's like 50,000 Trunks and 50,000 Gohans. It's so many of them because they keep trying to fix how bad they fucked it up. Like they're trying, like, alright, okay, we got this Trunks. So now they trying to figure out which Trunks work and which Gohan work. Goten and Oob and all the another characters had no character development whatsoever. Piccolo is powerful as shit. Couldn't even make the tournament, but you been in this shit since the day one. Ain't even strong enough to make the tournament. They went to go get Android 16, 18, told the fat boo, oh, you can make it, but nah, I'm too tired. I don't really want to make it. They went to go dig up Frieza and shit. That character development is trash. Yamcha, Tien, Piccolo, Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Vegeta, that should have been a squad, but their character development is so ass. They went to go get all of Goku's villains that he beat and to put them in a tournament. That's ass, bro. Like, that's really just lazy. So on Naruto, you can put any 3 characters in the tournament. And them 3 characters all shine in their own way, in their own jujitsu.
So you know one thing that you passing up?
What's up?
You know one thing that you passing up is that Krillin can one-shot that whole burst with his asshole spread out and farting.
You see what I'm saying?
You talking about lame? You talking about?
Do you see how lame the character development is? He gotta spread his ass cheeks and fart to destroy a universe. Do you see how lazy and whack the character development is? For Krillin to turn around and turn his ass up.
One Punch Man is whack if that's the case.
I don't watch One Punch Man. Not a fan of it.
That's how whack you is.
No, Kels told me about One Punch Man. I heard he was the strongest anime character ever developed simply for the fact that everything draws off him having a clear cut One Punch. Cool. I can be whack because I don't watch it. I don't watch it.
You know another thing about Naruto is how fucking whack these motherfuckers is that they killed off all their coldest characters. So now they got Boruto. That's the most garbage shit ever.
This is the thing that you have to understand.
No,
this thing you have to understand, right?
This is the thing that you need to know
about
Boruto.
Go ahead.
Boruto is the son and child of this whole fucking shit that you talking about.
Naruto.
At the end of the day, that's the garbage we got now.
Okay, cool.
You want to talk
Cool.
about character development.
I got you. Now,
Let's talk about character development. Hold on.
No, wait. You're skipping so much. Now,
What? How whack it is?
I'm not disagreeing with that, right? I'm just saying what you're skipping. What you're skipping is Naruto itself has over like 125, 50, or 200 episodes in Dragon Ball Z in character development, right? They have over 200. Dragon Ball Z didn't keep the saga going. They flipped it and switched it to Dragon Ball GT because they couldn't keep it going. Naruto and that whole saga and that whole series, bro, they developed over 50, 70 characters. Each individual they developed characters, villages. Bro, hold on. They developed, chakras, techniques, clans, characters, fucking villages, fights, wars. They developed everything. They developed so much to the point where Naruto went from being a kid in elementary school to being damn near 70, 60 years old, bro. He was 70, 60 years old. Dragon Ball Z only carried Naruto. Dragon Ball Z only carried Goku. Without Goku, that shit is ass.
He couldn't beat Krillin, though.
Who couldn't beat Krillin?
Naruto. He
couldn't beat Krillin? What's Krillin?
Hell no.
Like you're saying, if they
You're right. What's Krillin compared to Naruto?
If they compare characters,
yeah, comparing characters. Yeah.
Okay, now let's hypothetically say Naruto couldn't beat Krillin. Cool. But Krillin was created in some shit that he does not make no sense in. He does not play no part in no major shit other than he can die and empower a woman. He can empower a woman and he can just die.
You keep bringing up this shit about dying, but the man ain't died once yet in Dragon Ball Super.
But now, this is my point. They have multiple Dragon Ball Zs. So he died hella times in Dragon Ball
How many times
Z
did
and
he
shit.
die? How many
Bro, he
times
died twice.
How many times? What's twice? What's
To
twice
compare
compared
to-
to everybody else?
In Naruto, that only died once and they don't come back after you die.
You damn right they ain't coming back. That's some garbage shit. You gave me all that character development just for the nigga to die?
And who
was
died
whack
that
as
fast?
fuck.
Who died that fast other than Neji? Only character development that died fast.
Nigga, all them that 70 out of 70 niggas you just named, about 40 of them motherfuckers died.
You know that, right? Only Neji died instantly. That was made more fast, and he died in like a couple of seasons. Everybody else had seasons. Nobody else died. Will be compared.
And then they died, and that's whack. Like
because it's life. It's life. It's life. Life. You die. It's life.
Dragon Ball is bigger than
Travis,
that. Dragon Ball
your
is
aunties
bigger than
that died, your uncles died, your great ancestors died, but you're living and continuing it going. It's sad.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate.
Why am I
It's pathetic. It's sad, but it's life. It's life. But it's life. Dragon Ball Z is ass. You can bring a character. You can bring a character that only Super Saiyans matter. If you're not a Super Saiyan, you're ass.
That's how
a Super
you know
Saiyan,
you're not a real Dragon Ball fan.
Bro.
You even say something like that.
Bro, but you're not a real Naruto fan though. But whoa.
I'm not
bro,
a Naruto fan.
So it's no point. It's no point in pointing out those facts. But it's no point in pointing out those facts. You're not a real Naruto fan. I'm not as much depth as Dragon Ball Z fan as you character you are. So there's no point in pointing out those factors. It's already established in the conversation and word choice. So
Explain
that
why
what
it's
you're
not a
saying
factor.
is cool.
But what you're doing is trying to win an argument instead.
I'm
of
not trying to
explaining
win
real
no argument.
factors.
It's no
You are.
argument
It
to
is.
win.
It's a real-
No.
it is.
You can't tell me what I'm trying. You can ask me what I'm trying to do, but I'm not trying to win the argument. You can't tell me what I'm trying to do. You can ask me.
I can tell what you're trying to do, but you can.
No,
tell
you
me
can
what
ask me
you're
what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to win no argument. All we was doing was displaying each other's opinion. That's not a win. It's just displaying opinion. There's no win in that situation. I wasn't trying to win anything. You can ask me if I was trying to win. I will tell you. I'm bold enough to tell you if I'm trying to win anything. But all we was doing, to my knowledge, was displaying.
That's not necessarily the truth.
I don't have to lie to you about anything. I don't gain anything about
You don't
lying
have to
or
tell
telling
me
the
the truth
truth.
either.
So
You
now,
don't have
as
to
you
tell me
being
the
my
truth
friend, now as you being my friend and a brother, why would I think you're lying or telling the truth when I could just take your word for it? So since you don't think of me enough, if you don't think of me enough to just take my word, if I tell you, like, yo, I was just joking, or yo, I was serious, or yo, I wasn't, if you don't believe me enough to take my word for it, then that's you. I thought we was better than that. But, however, in this discussion, I wasn't seeking to gain any leverage. It was just displaying each other's perception on one's Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. There's no winning in this, in my perception. Now, if you're going to tell me what my perception is and tell me that I'm trying, that's cool. You're entitled to that. But I wasn't. I'm not trying to tell you what you're trying to do, because I thought we were just trying to discuss openly each other's opinion about the subject. You gave me in-depth detail about a character in Dragon Ball Z that I didn't know about. I didn't argue it. I just accepted it and said that's dope. But I said that they did not put that into the video, the character Caesar's development, so I wouldn't have known that. I was only basing it off what the TV shows displayed, not the mangas, not the in-depth, because I was only going off what they displayed. That's the only thing I was saying. Which show is better based off the anime? The anime will be based off what they display.
But we just disclosed that you haven't seen everything of Dragon Ball, including the show.
But you never seen everything of Naruto, including the movies or the show. So that leaves us in the same state.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion. You don't know what I've seen of Naruto.
You seen the whole Naruto?
Whatever. Are you asking me?
I'm asking.
I've seen at least 3 movies of Naruto.
Cool. That's not the series.
How many more movies are there?
The series of the TV show, and that the series of how it goes is not the movie. The movies can be a separation of what they have.
I've seen the show.
A departure. I asked. My first question was, did you see the show entirely?
I've seen. I would say I haven't seen every episode as far as, but majority, yeah, I've seen about a good 95% of it.
You seen a good 95%? That's cool. The episodes I seen in Dragon Ball Z, the character that you spoke of never came to fruition. I never said that he wasn't a part of it.
I never said that he was a character of Dragon Ball.
I was only basing on what they displayed. But that was your first thing to go into depth into about a character that wasn't on the show.
Again, you're assuming that I said that this was a character that was on Dragon Ball. This is not a character on Dragon Ball. I never said that.
I didn't assume it, but I'm listening.
Okay. As far as the character Sun Wukong, that is what the show is based off of. The character Sun Wukong.
Now, time out. What part of this show do it display that?
Again, listen to what I'm saying, because you're assuming that this is a character.
I'm not
Dragon
assuming
Ball.
anything. I'm just asking what part of the show, since I watched from Dragon Ball to Jiren, did it display that was the motive or the objective? When in Dragon Ball Z did they display that he was the whoever you're saying he is?
This is not a character in Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT or anything
Dragon
that
Ball,
displayed.
period. When I say Dragon Ball, all of it. Dragon
So
Ball.
now,
This is
Travis,
not a
if we was
character
if we was only speaking on what the show displayed, you went in depth about a character that the show never displayed.
You're talking about me talking about a character in Dragon Ball, and it has to be a character in Dragon Ball for me to talk about.
No, I didn't, bro. This was the whole thing. Let me get back to what was the
If
whole
you gonna go
debate.
back to the start, nigga, Naruto is not fucking with Dragon Ball Z.
That's
period. I
cool.
don't know
That's
if
cool,
you
bro,
debating about it.
Torn, that's cool. I'm not debating nobody's point. Anybody's entitled to their perception. You can even go into depth about yours if you want. The whole thing was based on the show. The character he's talking about never displayed itself in the show. So if we're speaking,
And I agree with you on that one. That I get that, but
So,
really
if
would
we-
give Naruto a run.
I'm not arguing, and I don't want to debate about Krillin versus Naruto. That's not my perception. If y'all have that debate, y'all can have that. That's not what I'm going about. My first thing was,
So what were you on about?
my first thing was, I'm getting back into it, based off the show, off what the show displayed, I think Naruto was better. Travis said Dragon Ball Z was better, and then he went into a character that since
Better
I've been
in
watching.
what way? Hold on. Travis said
Hold on,
Dragon
hold
Ball
on,
Z
hold on,
was
hold
better
on,
in
hold
what
on,
way?
hold on. In any way that he thought to see better, that wasn't an argument. It's okay that he think it's better. The problem that I was trying to kind of confused about was he went into a character that I've never heard about nor seen in any episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Time out for a second. I was trying to explain who this character was, and you kept trying to ask a question in the middle of me trying to explain who this character was.
Because I'm trying to figure out when do he display himself.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You can't do that in order for me to explain the character.
So I'm allowing you to. I want you to go into depth detail about this character, no problem. But do he ever display himself in any form of the episode?
I said originally this is not a character of Dragon Ball. That was
So now
originally what I said.
That takes away from the debate that we had from the start. If I ask off the show what the show displays, not no books, or off what the TV displays, you're going into something that the TV don't display. That's what's confusing me, because I watch Dragon Ball Z. So I'm listening to you bring up a point that doesn't bring up the show. He's something that's in a book, and he's something that's in a manga. He's something that's in more depth and detail that you have to get into about Dragon Ball Z if you're a high-level fan. But for the average fan that showed what TV displayed up until Jiren and Beerus in that last tournament, the person you speaking about never existed.
By your standard, or by your.
And I'm asking, when did he existed? Don't give me the story. When did they say it? When did somebody say it? And I will listen afterwards. But just when, so I know about Dragon Ball Z. When? Did they say it in a tournament? Did they say it? When did they bring up this person? Ever?
When they started Dragon Ball.
You talking about Dragon Ball? Like they brought
Bro,
up
we
Dragon
was
Ball?
talking about Dragon Ball Z as a whole. As a whole. If he was to say, nah, bro.
Travis, just respect what you said and just mention somebody from the show.
Just say when they said it. Hey, Goku was talking to Yamcha. Goku was talking to Krillin. He mentioned this guy, and I would say, oh, okay, cool, and then listen. But he's
Hey,
mentioned.
I'm kind of curious too. At what point did they bring him up?
That's all I'm asking.
I said that this is not a character in Dragon Ball, so he was never brought up in Dragon Ball.
So now, if I'm asking why was Naruto better than Dragon Ball Z, how would you bring somebody up that has nothing to do with the show or was never brought up in the show? He has something to do with the show.
Wait,
I
why
stand
is that my
corrected.
responsibility if you
I
gotta
never
do the
said nothing was
research?
your responsibility. I stand corrected. He had something to do with the show but he was never displayed in the show. So I was asking, how would we have a conversation if I say, yo, Naruto is better, and then you go into talking about somebody that was never mentioned into the show?
The conversation would be pointless because you didn't do the research.
But was he in the show?
No, he's not in the show.
So
Do the
that's not
research.
so. Okay, Travis, you're saying I
Bro,
didn't
bro,
do research.
To be fair,
Time out.
I should've sworn when you first brought it up, you
No
said
disrespect.
Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z.
Now, I would simplify all this. If we're finna say, I can stand corrected, and I can just dead the whole conversation. If we're going into Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z as a whole artist, name, brand, manga, book, story, movie, series, I don't want to have the conversation. I'm not equipped to have the conversation. I'd rather not.
I hear you, bro. But
I'd rather not. No,
hold on. Listen.
I was still talking, but you cut me off, though, right?
Hold on, but I had to. All I'm saying is, I don't know if Travis saying this, but this is what I'm saying. I thought you meant in the whole.
No. I'm telling you, no. But even then, when I said it, I said the show. I even said it. I even said the show. I didn't say Dragon Ball Z versus Naruto in a whole. I even said the show. But since we're getting into too much in depth, I'd rather just retract my statement, remove myself.
I've been listening this whole time.
I never said we as far as you, me and Travis. I'd rather just remove myself, retract, retreat, and say no. I don't want to go into in depth of the whole manga existence of either or, because I'm not that in depth. I was only in depth about what the TV show provided. So once we step outside of that, I'm out the loop, and I wouldn't put up an argument because I wouldn't try to. That's the only thing I'm saying. So I rather just remove myself. It's no need for an argument nor debate. It could just be, let's enjoy Fortnite, because I obviously misunderstood or over understood the question. So when he get in depth into the manga, it's not that I'm trying not to listen. It's like, no, that wasn't even what I was talking about. Cool. I never heard that point. Now we just get into jotting down information or listening. I'm down to listen, but that point I had is already gone. I have no point, no stance, no debate. I have anything left. Nothing at all. And I'm just listening to any information you all want to share about Dragon Ball Z.
Well, I'm more interested in Dragon Ball Legends, man. That shit look good. That's my new Dragon Ball right there.
Wait, the phone game?
No, the shit, the fan made short video.
Oh, Legend. Okay,
Yeah, that's my new Dragon Ball Z. Goddamn it, that's what I'm into.
that's cold, but it's just one episode.
I know, but just imagine if they redid Dragon Ball Z with all that, bro. They rebooted Dragon Ball Z altogether, bro.
That would be a crazy transformation for him to have.
I mean, I would still watch Dragon Ball Super, but just to see a different version of it, bro, I would love to do that. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it would be nice to see something different.
You saw how gangsta Chi-Chi was? I'm like, nigga, what?
That's how she used to be like in Dragon Ball.
I know, but they lost their way, bro. She used to be way more savage, bro.
Yeah, kids. They didn't have a fight no more, so I don't know.
Hey, we can move Kills, because Kills holding us up.
I'm finna try to drop some Dragon Ball Z. See what she cares for.
Oh, we can go play Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
I'm finna go to bed.
I'm finna get off live. It was a dope conversation.